You know, there's a level of mental toughness that most of us never quite reach. Not because it's impossible, but because it demands a kind of discipline that most people just aren't willing to face. It's a total commitment to mastering the one thing you actually have control over, your own mind.
Think about it. So many people wake up and they're already tired. It's not their bodies that are exhausted, it's their minds. The second their eyes open, the worries just rush right in. Deadlines, bills, what people think. It's this constant low-level hum of anxiety, a fear of falling behind, of failing, of just not being enough. And life, well, life doesn't exactly slow down for you, does it?
And so, what do most of us do? We just react. We survive. We push through the day without any real direction, just hoping that things will get better on their own. But here's the thing, survival is not strength. True strength is something else entirely. It's that ability to stay calm when everything is falling apart. It's finding clarity right in the middle of the chaos. It's knowing exactly who you are, no matter what the world throws at you.
And that state of being, that's what we call the monster mindset. Now let's be clear, this has nothing to do with aggression or being cruel. It's about deep internal control. It's built on a foundation of resilience, focus, and an unshakable command of yourself. You can feel it when someone has this. They aren't the loudest person in the room. They don't panic. They just move with purpose.
This way of thinking, it wasn't born in a corporate seminar or some self-help book. It was forged centuries ago, in a time when a single mistake could be your last. And there was one man who embodied it perfectly. His name was Miyamoto Masashi.
Musashi lived back in 17th century Japan, a time of, well, constant conflict. He fought in over 60 duels and he never lost a single one. But you know what? His greatest victories weren't over other swordsmen. They were over his own internal enemies. His fear, his ego, his hesitation.
So what made him so different? It was all in how he trained his mind. While everyone else was obsessing over technique, he was focused on awareness. While they were chasing comfort, he was embracing hardship. And while they reacted with emotion and anger, he stayed calm, strategic, and completely deliberate.
He had this fundamental understanding that adversity wasn't his enemy, it was his greatest teacher. So when things went wrong, he didn't waste time asking, why is this happening to me? Instead, he'd ask a much more powerful question. What is this trying to teach me? And when you do that, pain becomes fuel. Discomfort becomes the catalyst for growth.
This strength that Musashi built, it wasn't an accident. It was a system, a structure built on 4 core disciplines. And these aren't some hidden secrets. They're just simple, almost brutal truths about what it takes to forge a mind that cannot be broken.
The first discipline is daily training. See, mastery isn't built in some big dramatic moment. It's forged in the quiet repetition, on the boring days. It's about showing up even when, especially when, you don't feel like it. He didn't train to beat other people. He trained to beat who he was yesterday.
So many of us, we wait for inspiration. We wait until we feel ready. But that's a fundamental trap, because motivation always fades. Discipline is what remains.
The second discipline, strategic awareness. This is about understanding the true cost of your actions. Most people make choices based on what feels good right now. They choose short-term comfort. This mindset is different. Before you act, you ask a simple question. In the long run, is this making me stronger or is this making me weaker?
Number 3 is perception. It's about seeing what other people miss. Masashi often won his battles before a single sword was drawn, just because he could read the situation so deeply. He noticed the subtle patterns everyone else ignored. And this isn't some mystical power. It's just awareness, sharpened by being completely present. It's listening more than you speak. It's noticing what isn't being said. And the fourth and final discipline is adaptability. Musashi knew that being rigid is a recipe for failure. No single plan works for every situation. See, the real mistake isn't failing, it's refusing to change your approach. A resilient mind treats setbacks as just data. You don't say, I am a failure. You say, okay, that didn't work. What did I learn? So, a 17th century samurai. How do we take all this and bring it into your world, right here, right now? Well, the battlefields might look different today. Your arena has changed. But the principles, they're exactly the same. Think about it. At work, pressure is a given. You can't control your boss, you can't control the market, but you can always control your response. When everyone else is panicking, you stay grounded.
In your relationships, a disciplined mind listens before it speaks. It understands that sometimes winning the argument means losing the connection. And for your own personal growth, you have to use those uncomfortable moments as training. Readiness doesn't just happen, it's built through action.
And please remember this. True strength has to include humility. It means having the strength to apologize when you're wrong, and the courage to hold your ground when you're right. The strongest people in the world don't need to dominate others. They're too busy mastering themselves.
So this brings us to the final part, and honestly the only part that really matters. How you build this for yourself. And for this, you don't need to wait for motivation. You don't need inspiration. You just need a system. You need structure.
And your ritual can be incredibly simple. Every morning, start with intention. Decide on one thing you're going to conquer today. Maybe it's procrastination. Maybe it's fear. Write it down. Then, at the end of the day, end with reflection. How did you do when you were under pressure? What did you learn? That's it. That simple practice, done every day, builds something that cannot be shaken.
You don't have to live in ancient Japan to be a warrior. The real battlefield was never out there. It has always been and will always be right inside you. The mind you choose to build today, that is what will determine the life you live tomorrow.
So, the only question left is the one you have to ask yourself. What battle are you choosing to win today?